everybody, and welcome on back to Building with Whip. Today is episode 155. Yep, I had to double check on that. We're going to be working in this little area right here. But before we do that, we got to go ahead and check out a few other things around the world. The last few episodes, we've been doing some crazy projects going kind of all over the world. We built up a gold farm. We fixed up all of our redstone farms. We built a cool little feast area here for Thanksgiving inside of our big inn. And what we're going to be working on today is a smaller inn that's going to be kind of for a few people who want to stay at a cheaper place outside the city walls. They'll be able to stay out in the place that we're going to be building up today. Hopefully that one will be pretty cool. But before we get to that, I got a question for you guys here real fast. What are you looking forward to most in Minecraft 1.14? Snapshots have been coming out for quite a while now, and I think it's time to kind of re-ask that question, see what you guys are all hyped up for. I think for myself personally, I am super hyped up for the lanterns. I think the lanterns are probably my favorite part of all of it. Screw all the villager updates, screw everything else. I want to get rid of these things everywhere. If I can get rid of torches everywhere and have some cool decorative lanterns that look a heck of a lot better than that stick basically just out of the wood with a few glowy bits on top of it, yeah, that would be perfect. Last episode, however, we came in here and built up this guy just so you guys can see it. Go be sure to check out last episode. It was a quicker one, but it was fun, just kind of relaxing, chilling, and focusing on an interior. Waited for 1.14 to get really into those interior life. But however, we do need to go ahead and get quite a few things ready before we can start our building process over at this guy right here. So I'll tell you guys what, I need to go ahead and get my inventory sorted. It's pretty empty right now. So let me go and get some things in here ready to go. I'm going to try and get a base idea for what I want this thing to do. And I got a cool, fun challenge that we're going to go for today. I want to build this in from the interior out. So we're going to plan out all of our spaces for where you're going to walk in, where there's going to be some rooms, where there's going to be staircases going up to the ceilings, or staircases up to the second floor and things like that. And then we'll come back and build in the exterior. I don't know why. It seems like a fun challenge to take on. So I'll tell you guys what, let me go ahead and get my inventory together and I'll be back with you guys very, very shortly. All right, guys, welcome on back. So we got a little bit of a base down here ready to go. I want to go ahead and just get something here started so we can build off of it. As I was mentioning though, we are going to be building up the interior first, or at least planning out where the floors are going to be. So I figured I'd bring in this base here, and you can see that it basically means that we're going to come all the way out like this. Bring this guy going all the way around here, and we're breaking our way into the sunflower field a little bit, but that's totally fine. So the outside will be kind of like that, going all the way throughout, and I want to make it a little bit more interesting. So we have this base floor right here, and I was thinking you'd come up a little stair right here. We'd have a doorway right in there, or maybe like out at this point, not too sure yet. I want to have like a really skinny little area out front here, so maybe instead of having this thing going all the way across, we maybe just do like a railing right to there or something like that. I think that could work out pretty well for us. However, though, I wanted to come in here and have, so this is currently 5 wide by, I think that's 9. Yeah, that is 9. So I didn't want to have a massive bottom floor. I wanted to actually have a few of the rooms on the bottom. So what we're going to do here is we're basically going to go ahead and divide this guy in half, right like this. And this is supposed to be a very small inn, so very, very poor area to really be living in. So I want to go and divide it up like this. We're going to have that first room. Maybe this is like the innkeeper. They live in right here. Then what we're going to do is I wanted to go ahead and kind of break this guy coming out this way. And we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves up here. And we're actually going to, I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and actually have this come outside. So we're going to go right here. Actually, that guy would go this way. And then we can go ahead and bring this up here so that you can kind of come up like that. And then we're up on this level. And that gives us a 1, 2, 3. So that would give us 3 height right there. And then if we have that floor at this level, that's actually, I'm thinking we want to go, do I have any slabs on me? I don't, but we can make some here real fast. So I'm just trying to give you guys a general idea of what I want this area to be looking like. So I was thinking we could go ahead and actually have the flooring at that point. So we can actually go ahead and break that down a little bit. I didn't want to have the ceilings too tall in here because I don't want this building being too tall. So we're going to go ahead and basically bring this guy out right here, which will then allow us to basically bring out a little bit of a sticking out point to, let's see, that would be 3. So we can go ahead and just do something like this. That'll be fine. We can go ahead and just kind of leave it all stuck in right there. This is probably not making any sense at all to you guys, but that's okay. I also feel like it's lagging a little bit, which is a bummer, but I'll try and fix that before the next clip. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to have it come. So up here to the top, let me actually go, where's that crafting table? Let's just make a bunch more of these guys. Let's go ahead and just we're going to cover out this whole area here. So I wanted to go ahead and have it, basically you open up throughout here. We're going to have that come up to there, and then it'll probably go and we'll have the door entryway right in here. So it kind of goes around a little bit of a corner. This isn't going to be all cobblestone. It's going to be a lot of kind of mix match of whatever we want it to be. And then we can basically go ahead and create our floor coming all the way across here real fast. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, bringing you guys all the way across here like that. Bringing this bam and bam. And let's see here. Let me just finish this guy up real fast. All right, so here's our super cool inn so far. Doesn't it just look awesome, guys? It's just so perfect. We could leave it like this and be totally fine. No, so what we're gonna do here is I actually want to go ahead and bring you down, bring this guy down, and actually bring that up so the stairs kind of go in that way. Makes it a little bit cleaner. Here, however, we actually can't do any blocks out this way because it'll be blocking out the stairs right there. So what we're gonna do is I wanted to go ahead and have this part right here come out to more of a front face. So I wanted to go ahead and basically have you coming up to being 2 blocks right there, and then we can go 3 wide, and that'll be 2 blocks, and then we can kind of have this pointed center bit right there, making that guy look all super cool. Obviously, on this side, we're gonna have a point to it as well. Probably going too high throughout. I'm thinking that'd be a good way to do it. And then we can go ahead and do something like this. That might be too tall. Let's go ahead and bring this guy actually back down. Can we get that? Yeah, perfect, cool. I want to make this look pretty small, even in comparison to the walls over there. I don't want this to be really overpowering this area. So maybe we go with this guy right here. Instead of being like full stepping high bit, we actually come in with some half slabs above the 1 block and kind of have the half slab stepping up. So it can be kind of like this. I think that would actually be pretty cool. And then we have a small window down there that people can like look out of when they're like in their bed or something. You could look out of. So we'll have a little room right in there. And then these guys we can have step up at that 1 high height. I think that'll be pretty good for us. So we can have bam and bam. That's looking pretty good there. And that gives us that side. Then over here, obviously, we got to figure out what it's going to be going on right here. So that guy would actually go up to there, and that, and that, and then he would step back down on the other side. I think that's actually going to be pretty good. I'm just trying to play with different ideas that we could use here to make it look just a little bit better as we're going throughout this area. So, you know what, guys? I think that's probably good. Besides, I want to say we can go ahead, I have some brick around here somewhere, don't I? I do. I want to go ahead and get like a cool little brick chimney kind of out the back of this to give this guy a little bit of color. Kind of getting a cool color flash in here. So we're going to go ahead and take this whole area right here and turn this into bricks going all the way throughout. Something like this. And then we can make that cool little fireplace there sticking out the side. So we got the general base elements in here, guys. That's kind of how I actually go about planning a lot of these structures. This looks really, really ugly. I'll tell you guys what, let me go ahead and mess around with some ideas for what I want the front of this guy to look like. I'll bring you guys back in once I get a better idea, and then we can go from there because this looks really bad as is. I'll be back soon. All right, guys, welcome back. So we got a cool little front built up here ready to go, and I've been messing around with this one pretty nonstop for the last little while. I decided to just put a sign out here in the front saying cheap room and board because I feel like that's gonna be pretty fitting for what we got going on in here. Beyond that though, I was messing around with using the stripped oak logs throughout the whole thing, and then I decided to come in and turn the bottom ones out and then just put oak planks up here above, and I really, really love the look of that. We also got a little flower pot back in here, or flower box. Got some leaves going on this side. I actually want to go ahead and make some sort of a kind of archway coming up over here, making it look a little bit more kind of grassy, leading back into this area. I figured it's something smaller back there, so we could kind of go ahead and do this and maybe shrink this path down a little bit and add a little tiny bit of a garden right along here or something like that. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty fun and a good way to mix up the build and make things a little bit more interesting throughout here. So we can go ahead and bring these guys in here as well. And maybe right in this area, we go ahead and kind of extend that up there just to have it really helping out with that trellisy shape that we're going for here. And then maybe we do that guy there as well. And then like you, and what if we did like this and there, making it look super, super overgrown. And I want to actually go ahead and maybe push him back, bring it like this, And that works. I think that'll be okay. Maybe we actually go ahead and bring like one right back in there too. Because I want this to basically be like a little people's path or something like that. I think that'll be a pretty good look for it. Making it just a little bit more interesting and closed off throughout this area. But thought that'd be a cool idea of way to mix it up, add some extra life and variety into this guy, and just make it a bit more interesting as we're going throughout it. That being said though, coming in here on the inside, the back walls are not up yet. We only got that face and the front face up. We got a little brick fireplace in here that we'll be working on here very soon. Over here, I do want to go ahead and trade this guy all out for being birch on these next floors. So we're going to go ahead and come in here and trade all this stuff out for birch. It'll make the rooms actually feel a little bit bigger than they were previously. So I think that'll be a good change. Going forward with that. And then for these walls in here, I was actually thinking about bringing in some spruce planks so we could have just that extra little bit of color variation and detail and things like that. But we do need to go ahead and bring that in right along here as well so that it all fits. And that'll be looking right like that. I think that'll be pretty good. Sorry, Coda's drinking some water in the background if you hear some clanking and things like that. However, in this area though, I do want to go ahead and figure out a way that we can come in here and make this part covered, or at least 2 more blocks along it, because I want to go ahead and add a little bit of a window right up here, just like a top roof one. So we can go ahead and do something like this. Bring you in, close it right there, and then do you, and close this guy off right there. And that'll give us a good place to throw a little window in there. I think that'd be a good fit for it, good little extra addition. And we can go ahead, let's see if we can get this angle on here. Probably not from there, maybe up there. That'll be a good shape for the window overall. And then we can do something like that. Grab our white stained glass pane right there. And that should be pretty good for the extra window. Ooh, yeah, that helps break it up a lot. All right, so slept the night away. Next, what's up on the list for me to do for things here is I want to go ahead and finish getting the little interior areas here planned out, looking good. And then I'm also going to work on getting this area built up back here. I'm thinking about actually just leaving this as stone to help kind of bring in some stone accents, make it look like they kind of built this up or this was like part of something originally. And so maybe bringing it up to like right here and then doing some form of like a sloped up look. I don't know if this would quite fit if we did like this. So we need to have that actually going up to there, unfortunately, to make it fully work. But that'll be okay. I can go ahead and work on this guy here a little bit more. I'll be back with you guys as soon as I have an update on this one. So give me just a few and I'll be right back. You know, I love it when you press record, you talk for 4 or 5 minutes, and then you realize you press the button next to record and not record. But anyways, we're here with an update for y'all, and it's time that I wanted to bring you guys in. I did a little bit of work here on camera while I was recording the last few minutes. Thought I was recording them. But anyways, we can go ahead and show off everything that's going on here. And it actually looks a little bit more atmospheric here at night, so it's pretty cool. We went ahead and brought in these spruce leaves and birch leaves instead of the oak leaves we had there to make it a little bit more in tune with the bushes and things like that in this region to make it a little bit more believable and look a little bit better. Back here, we brought in a little bit of a bench, added in this little garden area right here. We got some beetroot, we got some potatoes, some wheat, and some carrots over there. Down in this area down here, I did come through off camera and bring in a bunch of little bits of seagrass going throughout this whole guy because I want to bring it kind of more in line with the 1.13 update, make it look a little bit better and more alive down there. However, we got to go take a little quick sleep right here because when you talk a whole day away without actually realizing that you're not talking to anybody, you know, you really kind of lose out on some time there. All right, so beyond that though, I did come over here onto this side. I added in a little bit of an area right here for like a shed or something because I created that roof right there and overhanged it just a little bit. Doing a too wide overhang looked kind of stupid, but it also looked kind of dumb with just that. So I decided that if we brought this guy down in here as well, it actually worked out a lot better for us. So that's in here with some crates and good stuff like that. I'm thinking for next episode, for this area right here, we could maybe bring in like a small stables area and then do some more detailing work around this guy. I kind of want to do like a little mini intro episode thing coming back into this area. See if we can get inspired in here, coming back into this place. So far, super pumped to be working back in this area. And there's a lot of things that I'm realizing that as I went through this series, as I went through the whole Building with Whip series, there's a lot of things that I've kind of moved on from and not really worked with and kind of evolved my style away from. But I kind of want to try and bring those guys back. I think when we were working on the castle, I really kind of lost my rhythm that I like to use for building little towns. For example, if we come on all the way over here to White Glen itself, there's a lot of buildings that are kind of intermingled. There's a lot of height variation to the overall size and scale of all the structures in here, because like this thing is like twice as tall as everything else in here. Granted, a lot of these guys are more basic than what we've been building more recently, but there's all these different ways of variation and just different styles and heights and all that cool stuff. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy kind of all this variation. It's so easy to explore around here. There's just so much stuff to look at, and there's just a lot of different variety to the builds. And recently I've been watching Ducon Red 1's Duconia Survival Season 2, 3, or whatever it is at this point. Seeing all the Duconia crew playing again together is really kind of cool to see that. Wish I had extra time to join up with them, but unfortunately, the work schedule is a little too much. But anyways, it kind of made me rethink about how I plan this village out right here. Kind of how we have all these little narrow areas like that. I want to try and bring those feelings back into, especially when we're working on our main city over here. I wanted to have these big open areas, but I also want to have smaller little alleyways and things like that. And I feel like right now I've been pretty stagnant as far as the size of these things go. I feel like I was planning to expand more to have more variety as the city grew and things like that. Because of the nature of working with and building the terrain up as I was building the houses, I think I kind of forced myself in a few different awkward shapes that I'm not a big fan of. Not that I want to redo any of this area, but like the little things back in here. I know, sorry, we're going with a blobby part right here. But like these little guys, I love that type of stuff, but I want to make more and make them bigger so that we have more of like centers of little town centers or town squares or little areas for people to gather throughout the place instead of just having these streetways. I feel like all we have is streets and not any points where places merge together, where kind of bringing it back full circle to this guy, this is kind of a place where things would merge together and things like that. So I'm thinking what we're going to do now is actually first I want to show you guys the inside, but I want to come back in here and maybe tone this guy back here and make it have like a little bit of a seating area along here, or maybe we'll put like a cart or something, and maybe we'll actually just like throw like 2 carts over there that are kind of piled up waiting to be checked before they go into the city or something like that. Maybe those are the people who stay at the inn here. All right, anyways, coming into here, we got these 3 rooms on the base floor, looking pretty cool. We got our fireplace built up there. That guy's pretty awesome. Coming up here though to the next floor, we do have 3 more rooms up here. This would be kind of like a general seating area. We got a bedroom right here, and we got another one in here that could be for multiple beds. I'm not too sure yet. I know I said I wanted to get 5 bedrooms in here, but that's just too small, and it's not going to happen. We were able to get 6 rooms in total, so, and a few of them need to be walkway areas instead of somebody sleeping in them. So, but yeah, overall, super happy with how this guy's looking right now. I'll tell you guys what, though. I'm going to go ahead and mess around with getting some stuff kind of detailed up in this area over here, and I'll be back to you guys as soon as I get another update, and we'll probably end this episode off from there. All right, everybody, welcome on back. So we are in here with our finished up little project. No interior, of course. We got to stay consistent, but man, these god rays coming up over this area just look so sweet. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Getting back into some building here, getting some interesting stuff going. And beyond what we built up together, I came in here and built up a little cart. It was kind of a just rambled, just throw it together type thing. Not super sure if I like it a whole lot or not, but I think it works. So we got this nice little outside area. We got some dark oak wheels down here with some stairs. Comes up into this little area. We got some crates. We got a bed. And we got a little chest over here, crafting table, and a furnace. So technically, this could be a good old survival starting base if all you need to do is really just add a torch right there. So we'll go ahead and add one. You could live out of this thing for a first little bit, and it's up a ladder with a door. So you could really just close that off and be fine. You could wall this thing in here with some trapdoors here as well. Sorry if there's a little pop-up backgrounds. Windows seems to be loving to do that while I'm recording now. However, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. Before we get out of here too quickly, though, got a question for you guys proposed from a question in the comments. This one's from Electric Lion Gaming. He's going, fWhip, you should make a poll on YouTube so we can vote on the projects. In my experience, polls and those things really don't get that many results compared to people going down into the comments. But let me know what you guys like to see on that one. Do you guys like to see the polls, or would you prefer to do the comments down below? Let me know in the comments. Or should I make a poll? Ha ha ha. There might be a poll here. Yes, more polls, no more polls. Also, let me know down in the comments. Regardless, though, what that thing was actually talking about is what projects we should be focusing on next, was all those comments in that episode, which a lot of people really wanted to see us focusing on the Wizard Academy, the Mage Castle, whatever we're going to be calling it, over in this area, there's many more people that wanted to see this guy over here. So we might actually go ahead and get this thing planned out here later on this week in potentially Thursday's episode or something like that. And then from there, I'm going to see it as like a final one if you guys really want to be seeing this one or not, or focusing on the focusing over on the farmlands like we have been doing. But I have a really cool plan in mind. I've been working on clearing out some of the oak trees up in this area. But yeah, this whole area here is what I'm thinking will be the cool wizard castle type thing going on there. And then back over here, the farmland area to be focusing on. I actually want to redo a lot of the trees in this area and kind of modernize everything that we got going on here. So redoing a lot of these trees, making it just look a lot more in line with the rest of our Minecraft world. Mostly I feel like just all these trees are out of place because we use custom trees everywhere, and these are all just the default vanilla ones, especially those birch ones. I think we could swap those guys out for the birch oaky trees that we got going up there, and I think that'd look a lot cooler, add some more height to this area. But yeah, so next episode, I think we'll come in here and work in this area a little bit more. Probably over there, adding in a little stables or something like that. Maybe actually back in there, we could add an area for like a horse corral or something. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching today's episodes. Please hit that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you on the flip side.